Hi everybody, it's Sandy here, and it is time for the full moon rose reading. It's been quite a day today. I'm not too sure how many more of you will have experienced the intensity of the energies today, but certainly for me they've really been a bit like a pressure cooker for the last 36 hours. And I know that this time has been intense for many of us, but boy, when you've got significant aspects of your own natal chart that are being really affected by this this full moon eclipse, goodness me, it has been it's been challenging, and I didn't even know whether I was going to be able to do the reading today, because it's been very, I found the energy today really heavy to try and navigate through. So hi Vicky, hi Vivi. Goodness, it's it has challenged me to the very core this last few days, and I keep reminding myself to just breathe. I've been in preparation mode for this this trip to Orlando that is on. I fly on Wednesday, and it's just been one challenge after another in this last 4 or 5 days. So I could feel the energy cooking. Totally fascinating to to try and navigate. So yes, she says with slightly hysterical laughter. So we're in this full moon place. Full moons are always about this place of bringing to something to fruition, so that it's bringing it to its completion and the releasing. And sometimes, that is a completion of a large cycle of our journey. For me, as many of you that know follow my Facebook adventures on my personal page, this is the 12-year anniversary of my mother's passing, and there felt to be some significant work that I needed to do that wasn't completed at that time. So this has been intense, and it's been deep in dealing with patterns within the female family line. And also, what we've actually come to transform, what we've come to work with. It's like the soul food, if you like, that we've come with these certain issues and patterns and core beliefs even, that especially at these times of these eclipses will either come up to bite us on the bum and remind us that they're still there, or they will be really niggling to have attention brought to them. So yes, it's just crazy. So yeah, Vicky is actually, I've got a couple of Vickies on tonight, but yeah, both saying absolutely, this is yes. And I've been actually doing really quite well until this last few days, and just got walloped. Yet another level of my own personal journey to deal with. So, what of the wisdom of the roses? What have the roses got to say for us, to us at this particular point? What is their whispered message that can offer us comfort and guidance in this really fascinating time to navigate? And of course, we're in the eclipse window now. We're in this window between this full moon eclipse and the new moon eclipse on the 21st, which is a solar eclipse right across across North America. And there was a very interesting piece that I read the other day about the importance of the fact that this eclipse coming up on the 21st will actually start in the Pacific, which was seen as the energy of Lemuria, ancient Lemuria, and it's tracking across to the east coast of the States and into the Atlantic energy. And this weave between that origin of the imprint of love, of Mu, the mother Lemuria, and Atlantis, the technology and the mind. So it's really quite fascinating to watch this on lots of different levels, and so many different people have got a take on this eclipse window, because you know there is a resonance too between what's happening now and this period of time that we're entering into, to the 21st. So it will be really fascinating. I don't believe that any of us will leave August without knowing that there's been significant change, and whether that's significant change within us, within our relationships, or on a global level. And I get a sense that it will be on all three levels, but I don't believe that any of us will exit August without being aware of that transformation that these eclipses have offered us. So, rose time. Are you drawn to rose card 1, rose card 2, or rose card 3? So, if you were drawn to rose card 1, here she is, and she is Rose Bagua 5. Now this is the rose that sits in the health, the Tai Chi, the center of the Bagua. And the Bagua is a feng shui term. It's a box of 9 squares, or it's an area of 9 squares that are 9 different aspects of our life, usually used within the Tibetan black hat system of feng shui. But for those of us that work with feng shui within spaces, this bagua would be placed over the footprint of your space to identify which different aspect of life was being activated in which different area of your house, where the focus needed to be to make changes and remedial changes to change the energy. So this rose, she's part of what I share with Rose 4, which is all about your inner temple and your outer temple, this place of coming home to self. So if you were drawn to Rose card 1, so she is Rose Bagua 5. Now she is the health, Tai Chi, the core center of the Bagua. So if you drew her today, if you were drawn to Rose 1, what she's calling you to do is to come home, come back to center. And to come back to center, you may come back to center with the breath, or with a mindful practice, or a pause between the activities in your day, so that you make every action from a still point. Or it may be the fact that you know that your energy is quite scattered and you need to bring it back into you, back into the absolute core of your being, because that's where your ultimate power is. That's where you can harness the full sovereign energy of yourself. When we we take the message of Rose Bagua 5 and take those few minutes just to come into center and just take a few easy breaths in and out, and bring your attention to the weight of your body on the chair and your feet on the floor. And just those few breaths in, and that connection that brings you into a grounded sense of presence, a grounded sense of being present in the body, allows you to be more present for life. And of course it allows you to make choices from a more centered place rather than a scattered place. So she's a really good ally. She's one of the roses that so many people sort of miss her because she's not particularly distinct in the Rose Oracle deck, but she so softly and gently calls us back, this reminder to come back home, to come back to the center. When we work with the Rose Bagua in the classes, we come into that center place that she holds, and we can breathe out into the other 8 areas of our life and explore what our expression through creativity, or our children, or what we understand by the wisdom teachers and the ancestors, our connection to our relationships, our connection to wealth and blessings and abundance, and the deep resources of our tribe, our family and our tribe, or our reflective time, the time that we have the opportunity to go within. You know, she is the absolute core essence of that place of honouring ourselves. So it's really beautiful. So this is Rose Card 1. If you've just joined, and I think Karen and Ashley have joined, hi. You know, this is the gift that she offers us. This reminder to come home, to continually come home to ourselves, because there is nowhere else to go. Everything that we see outside of ourselves is a mirror reflection of what is actually going on inside of here. So she's a really just powerful ally to choose. When I travel, as I will be on Wednesday, this is the rose that I put on my pillow to be able to sleep when I'm staying in hotels and things. So she's, you know, as a rose mat, is a beautiful rose to call upon. So, if you chose Rose Card 2, she is Rose Ma 8. And she is all about creativity, that creative essence within us. So she's calling you to acknowledge, I am creative. That's the essence that I hold. It's this connection between me and the creator frequency, the creator energy. So she is like, play with me. Come and spend time and play with me. Explore that playful aspect of yourself that can get expressed through your creative essence. For those of you that love your roses, she is a David Austin rose, and she's called the Lark Ascending, which I think was a Ralph Vaughan Williams piece. So she's got curls, real loops and curls of energy inside her that work around the heart. So inside the rose is a golden heart. You know, this is the Rosa Mystica. She calls us into the mystery of life and allows us to engage and play with the mystery of life when we open to engaging. So she's calling you, if you chose Rose card 2 today, she's calling you to look at aspects of your creativity that perhaps you haven't engaged with for quite some time, or something that you've really been longing to try. You know, it could be painting, it could be finding another way of creating food, or gardening, or creative writing. You know, she's saying this is the absolute essence, and it's a way that we bring our inner world out. For some people, you know, they create beautiful spaces, create beautiful rooms. Ashley, who's here, hi Ashley, full moon blessings to you too. Ashley creates beautiful herbal tinctures and remedies. You know, each one of us has got a creative gift that once activated is really a wonderful way of moving our inner energy out. You know, when we express through painting or in any form, it's in our inner world being expressed out. So this is what she's calling you to. Play, have time to play, have time to explore who you are in that sort of playful, joyful aspect of yourself. And if you chose Rose card 3, she is the rose of unconditional love. She is open, she's complex, but she is an absolute beauty to work with. And this place of unconditionality, this is a beingness, it's not a doingness. It's a place in which we hold that place. Oh, thanks, Clara. She's calling us to deepen and deepen our connection with the sacred within us, and to be that expression of love in, I'm saying love in action, but it's a beingness that is it's a presence that permeates everything that we may offer in our personal dance with the world. Oh, thank you, Renee. Thank you. So she's just beautiful. You know, I believe she is called Isis, funnily enough. I photographed her at the Mottisfont Rose Garden, and she just absolutely caught my eye. And this is, you know, a challenge place for us too, when we've been, you know, we have been brought up with the conditionality of love. And this is the old paradigm of, you know, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. And this was the old dance of relationship, was a contract, an agreement that we entered into in this dance. And of course, as we move to this place of unconditionality, unconditional love, this place of allowing love to be at the core of our being, requires us to move through. And I think it's really interesting that this rose has come up on the full moon. And so this full moon, this place of completion, this place of endings, of releasing, of letting go, can be a really challenged place to hold this place of unconditional love, when perhaps the resulting experience that we're letting go of, you know, it wasn't quite how we had wished it to be. So letting go of stories, letting go of any wound, any pain is absolutely essential in this This is what she's calling us to. Just move to this place of grace, of acceptance, and of that place of the word. Sorry, I've got a cat moving in front of me. That place of in my experience. Sorry, in the shower this morning was I often get downloads. I'm trying to get rid of a cat off the table. Sorry, stuff going everywhere. Was the word that came to me in the shower this morning was humility. And the understanding of the human condition and the way that some people behave is an interesting pathway as an adjunct to this desire to hold a place of openness, open-heartedness, and unconditional love for the journey. So, yeah, we have. Oh, Lucia. Hi, nice to see you. Yeah, so we've had this quite a journey to move to this place of this particular portal of energy that we're working through with these eclipses. And I'm sure that as part of our evolutionary pathway, we are being called to move, to really embrace this place of unconditional love, to embrace this and to hold it as, what would love have me do, say, be in this moment? This is our place of optimum expression, and that isn't passive by any stretch of the imagination. It has a very clear voice, but it's a very clear, loving voice, and that's the beauty she brings to us. She brings us that beautiful reminder to hold that place of grace and humility. Humbleness, to the lessons that we're shown, and the pathway, this path of love, this path that brings us home to ourselves, and that is love. So we have our 3 roses that are taking us. Sorry, and a cat again. Bless him, Max. So we have these 3 roses that are offering us companionship on this journey in this eclipse window. Rose card 1, coming to center with Rose Bagua 5, just reminding ourselves to take that breath, to let go of the busyness, to come into stillness before we take that next action. Rosemar 8, that calls us to really look at our creative expression and find new ways in which we allow that creative expression to move through us. And that, creative expression sits in that base 2nd chakra, that real sense of self-love, self-value, self-appreciation, that allows for the voice of who we truly are to be expressed in any of the creative aspects of our movement into the world. And Rosemar 9, unconditional love. And that is unconditional love for ourselves first, because I know that so many of us are very much harder on ourselves than we are on others. But holding unconditional love for ourselves and our path and our choices that have brought us to here. And, this experience of the human condition that we're on, and that we play inn, is our playground on a daily basis. Always to come to the place of, you know, what would love have me do now? So thank you so much for joining me. As I said, it's been a somewhat challenged, well, actually probably a week for me, but the last few days have been particularly intense. And yeah, I'm really grateful to be here and be able to do the rose reading for you. And yeah, on Wednesday morning I fly to Orlando to join. I think Anna's on the call. Hi Anna, see you in a few days. Renee's on the call, Ashley's on the call, and they're just some of the ones who are going to be in Orlando at the New World Consciousness Conference in this weekend coming up, the 11th, 12th and 13th of August. And I should be there sharing rosiness and whatever else unfolds in the journey. And I look forward to hopefully to be able to do some live posts from Orlando and share some of the wonderful people that are going to be at the conference. And yeah, and then catch up with you again once I get back home. So with much love and rosy blessings, and may your journeys have grace and ease as we move through this intense energy that we're moving through for August. And yeah, see you next time. Bye for now.